into downtown Honolulu, you know.
So they're trying to make it affordable.
Oh, yeah, because Honolulu was basically deserted. I mean, there were the homeless, and everybody else went home at the end of work every day. And
so the actual centre, you know, the centre of Perth is a bit like that as well.
Well, that's what happened to all American cities. See, and they're really...
They've lost their heart.
The rebirth of American cities has been going on for about the last 20 to 30 years now.
Yep.
Prior to that, every American in the world had moved to the suburbs, and not in the world, but the United States.
Yeah.
But they just opened this building, and they were able to anchor it with the Honda dealership, see, so that helped them a lot to be able to do it. And then they sold all the penthouses. This is what they call a mixed-use building, which is part residential and part business.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so basically they've kind of gone back to the quote-unquote old world. This building right here is owned by the Catholic Church, and the cathedral, the original cathedral, is, you can't see it right now, but it's the little bitty church that's right there. It's right in the heart of downtown, the first church, Catholic church. But anyway, Father Damien was from Belgium, and he came over here to serve as a priest, and he was on the Big Island, and then he volunteered because they did not have a priest to minister to all the lepers in the leper colony at Molokai. There's wonderful
How big was
movies about the leper colony. And
How big
basically what they would do is the ships would pull in close enough to the island, and they would, in essence, kick them off, and they would have to swim to the island.
Really?
Because nobody wanted to touch them, you know, because the people were so ignorant during that time. But Father Damien requested and asked if he could go to the leper colony and serve the leper. Well, obviously, eventually he got leprosy and died from it, but he served them for many, many years. And then the Sisters of Charity came out here to ostensibly start schools, and then they started some hospitals out here.
So Mother Teresa.
Mother Marianne. No, I'm sorry. This is Sisters of the Sacred Heart that came out here. And anyway, but they basically did the same thing that Sisters of Charity did. And so they came out here, they started the schools, and then Mother Marianne asked to go, and she and several nuns went over to work with Father Damien. And when Father Damien died, she was taking care of him. He died in the 1800s.
Right.
And she just died in the 1900s. And so when the first time I flew over to Molokai to go through the leper colony, okay, now you're going to see Iolani Palace. See, here's the bandstand where the Hawaiian band plays.
Yep.
And they have concerts out here all the time. But the palace is beautiful. I haven't been through it in years. If we have any time, I'll take you through it.
I'd love that.
When I worked at the legislature, I took people over there all the time. Because see, you can't tell it, but the Capitol is right behind the Iolani Palace. So everything is here, and then, oh shit, we missed this Kamehameha statue because we couldn't see him for the buses.
Oh, the buses. I can see the
But anyway, that's the Supreme Court over across the street there.
Okay.
And then here we are back at Kauai Church. This was the church that the Congregationalists missionaries established. This was the first establishment. See all these old buildings here that the missionaries made when they came to Hawaii. And what I started to tell you about Charlie Black, the one that was on the left, how old do you think he is?
Charlie Black.
The good-looking guy that was, well, both of them were fairly good-looking, but the really good-looking one that was sitting on the left, taller one.
What, at our table?
Mm-hmm. At our table. When we first came in, I introduced you to two of them.
I'd say 60.
He's 80-something.
Oh, you are kidding me.
Incredible.
I think everybody's young here. You look young
so
too.
Amazing. Well, Charlie is a descendant of the original missionary family, the Binghams. If you study or read anything about Hawaii, the name Bingham comes up because, see, the Bingham was married to the last princess of Hawaii, which established the Kamehameha schools and all that. Well, anyway, and that is the same Bingham that discovered Machu Picchu in Peru.
Is that a fact?
Charlie is
that is so interesting.
Charlie is his great nephew, and when the family had a reunion, some of them canceled out at the last time in 2004. So Charlie invited me and Reed to go with his family to go because they were celebrating Hiram Bingham in Machu Picchu. And so Reed and I went with the family. It was really cool. And of course it was a fantastic trip because when we got to Machu Picchu, we were treated like kings and queens, you know.
So Bingham was looking for a lost city, wasn't he?
Yes, and that's when he discovered Machu Picchu. And of course there's a lot of controversy about him, I guess, in the whole discovery and everything. But anyway, he is considered the founder. He was at Harvard. Because see, all the missionaries that came out here, all of them were Ivy League trained. I mean, they were all Harvard and Yale.
Really?
Yeah, and then they came to Hawaii to establish religion and, of course, tame the natives, so to speak. Because, see, prior to the missionaries coming, and I mean, you know, the joke in Hawaii is the missionaries came to Hawaii and taught the Hawaiians how to pray, and when they lifted their eyes to heaven, they stole all the land underneath their feet.
Yeah, right.
But the missionaries really did a lot good too, because see, the Hawaiian language was never written because the Hawaiians were very much like the American Indians. Everything was passed on orally. And for the Hawaiians, it was passed on not only by the kapuna, which is the religious and the teachers, but not only the religious, but by story, but it was primarily by hula. That's how all the history was told in Hawaii. And the bad thing the missionaries did is they took the hula away. They didn't realize the significance in the culture of the hula, and they just thought it was a seductive, you know, non-religious thing. This is the Malay still. He was a former mayor of Honolulu.
Okay. This is the type of concert hall.
And then, anyway, but what the missionaries did do is they committed they learned to speak the Hawaiian language, and they committed the Hawaiian, and this was the first high school they established here. This was McKinley High School.
It's a bit hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah,
sadly, because the rain is.
But would you believe? These McKinley kids win the math contest every year, and I said, well, yeah, sort of, but not really. And he said, yeah. He said, I notice every year they win, and he said, I just thought that's so interesting because it's an inner city school, you know, but yet they must have this incredible math department.
But is that
Bill started out as an engineer? That's what he wanted to be, so he was really good.
But given that it's inner city, is that sort of saying that it's not as good?
Well, because Hawaii schools in general are considered shitty by most
are they?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Schools,
Why is that?
I mean, 90%. Hawaii is the only state I know of in America that as many kids go to private school as go to public school almost.
Really?
Yes.
50-50.
And the private schools compete with the public schools.
Yeah.
Sports and academic. I mean, it's just amazing.
That's the same in Australia.